Chapter 2, Understanding Stamp Duty. In the world of property transactions, understanding stamp duty is essential for both buyers and sellers. In the UK, stamp duty is a tax that applies to property purchases. And in this chapter, I'll delve into what stamp duty is, how to calculate it, and the relief options available to home buyers. Additionally, I'll explore how you can determine if you qualify for any stamp duty relief. So what is stamp duty? Stamp duty land tax, SDLT, commonly referred to as stamp duty, is a tax imposed by the UK government on property purchases. It applies to both residential and commercial properties, and the amount of stamp duty owed is based on the property's purchase price and the type of property being bought. How is stamp duty paid? Well, the tax is paid to the government within 14 days of completion of the sale via an SDLT return to HMRC. If you have a solicitor or a conveyancer, they'll usually file your return and pay the tax on your behalf on the day of completion and add the amount to their fees. They'll also claim any relief you're eligible for, such as if you're a first-time buyer. And you can also file the return and pay the tax yourself if you wish to do so. Calculating stamp duty. So stamp duty is calculated using a tiered system where the percentage of tax owed increases as the property's purchase price rises. Here's a simplified breakdown of the current SDLT rates for residential property purchases in England as of September 2023. Rates for a single property. You pay stamp duty at these rates if, after buying the property, it is the only property you own. So, property up to £250,000, there is no stamp duty. The next £675,000, which is the portion from £250,000 and £1 to £925,000, is 5%. The next £575,000, which is the portion from £925,000 to £1.5 million, is 10%. The remaining amount, that's the portion above 1.5 million, is 12%. There are stamp duty calculators available on the internet. But if you're buying your first home, you can claim a discount or relief. If the property you buy is your first home and is under £625,000, this means you'll pay no stamp duty up to £425,000, and then you'll pay 5% stamp duty on the portion from £425,001 to £625,000. You're eligible if you and anyone else you're buying with are first-time buyers. If the price is over £625,000, you cannot claim the relief. Now follow the rules for people who've bought a home before. Higher rates for additional properties. Well, you'll usually have to pay 3% on top of SDLT rates if buying a new residential property means you'll own more than one. If you're replacing your main residence, you'll not pay the extra 3%. If the property you're buying is replacing your main residence and has already been sold, you won't pay that either. If you have not sold your main residence on the day you complete your new purchase, you'll have to pay higher rates. This is because technically you own two properties. You can apply for a refund if you sell your previous main home within 36 months. If it takes longer than 36 months to sell your previous main home, you may still be able to get a refund of the extra 3% stamp duty if all of the following apply. You purchased your new home on or after the 1st of January 2017. Exceptional circumstances stopped you from selling your old home, for example, government restrictions because of coronavirus or a public authority blocking the sale. You have now sold your old home. To claim a refund, write to HMRC and explain why the sale took longer than 36 months. The rates if you're not a UK resident. If you're not present in the UK for at least 183 days or 6 months during the 12 months before you purchase, you are not a UK resident for the purposes of SDLT. You'll usually pay a 2% surcharge if you're buying a residential property in England or Northern Ireland. You may not have to pay a surcharge on certain properties transactions or if you are a particular type of buyer. Check the rules on who has to pay the surcharge, when you do not have to pay, and if you think you can claim relief. The stamp duty relief. Determining if you qualify for stamp duty relief involves reviewing your specific circumstances and understanding the current rules, which can change. Here's how to go about it. Consult a legal professional. For complex situations, or if you are unsure about your eligibility, it is wise to consult with a legal professional or a conveyancer who specialise in property transactions. You could check the HMRC website. The HMRC website provides up-to-date information on stamp duty rates and relief. You can find guidance on eligibility criteria and how to claim relief. Stamp duty relief is a way to reduce the amount of stamp duty payable under specific circumstances, and here are some common forms of relief. First-time buyer, shared ownership, multiple dwellings, transfers in divorce or separation, or charitable relief. In conclusion, understanding stamp duty is crucial for anyone involved in property transactions in England. The amount of stamp duty you'll pay depends on the property's purchase price and type, and various relief options may apply based on your circumstances. To determine your eligibility for relief and ensure compliance with the latest rules, it is advisable to seek professional advice and consult official government sources such as HMRC website. Remember that tax laws can change, so staying informed is essential.